Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Tuesday, July the 6th, and starting with the ASX on the 4-hour chart here. Now, as I've mentioned before, it appears that CBA's blue wave 4 correction as well is in play, and it's kind of holding this one back a little bit. As such, we know that the US markets, for instance, have made new highs and moved on quite nicely, where this market is lagging. But we think that there's a good chance that CBA can move off from its correction now. It's still a little bit, I mean, it's obviously very flat, isn't it? And a little bit hard to decipher, but one of the things that we mentioned yesterday is that support on 100 would sort of indicate that, well, it could be started at that point, and we would need to run with that. But of course, this could get much bigger and uglier. But having now that it's matured a little bit further, we could move off from here now. So let's just drill in here through the hourly and the tick chart and just take a closer look at this. So yeah, I mean, this is quite a reasonable size now at this stage. So we can look at wave 3 here with an A wave, an A, B, C here for the B wave, and down for the C wave. Now, I thought it could also turn into a triangle, and we're still not out of that just yet. But I have to say, instead of putting wave D up here, I mean, this is starting to look quite impulsive here for this. So I think that we could actually, move along in all of this. So let's just take a look at this on the tick chart that we've talked about before as well. So let's just bring it in over here. So from this wave 4 low here, there's a good chance that we've got 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4, and going up for 5 for 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave here. That's definitely in 5 waves here, and then we've got this little impulse wave here. So it does appear that that we're heading in the right direction and ready to move off. Obviously, the US markets were closed last night, except for the futures market sort of drifting along a little bit, so that volatility may not be present in this. But yeah, let's just see how this goes. I mean, the good thing about this is that it's clearly sitting on this number here, and obviously this is the top of group 1, so it's really important. So this is where it can take off, and that would take us up to the next level, to 7,500. So that's kind of what we're looking at, really. So yeah, will the banks be with us on this move? But it seems to want to move higher. Let's say, giving that impulse wave there. The impulse wave's not quite finished yet. We'd have to look at this as wave 1 in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and all of this would just be the 3rd wave here. So I would assume that we need that 5th wave to come in, and then there'll be an A, B, C coming back and testing resolve here and moving up from that point. So just keep a bit of an eye on on that. Oops, daisy. Yeah, so let's just see if that can wiggle its way higher, so to speak. If you're looking for a trade, then obviously this wave 2 top here or through here could be good. Once we get that new move up here, that will give us that 5 waves, 1 and 2 and 3, ABC for 4 and 5 here. So if we get 5 waves here after the opposite direction of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 across here somewhere, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then yeah, that having 5 waves here will give us another 5 waves over here. So you could probably buy the pullback in here. You can just work the levels in here. Just look for your 50-60% retracement level, and once again, support on top of subgroup 1 here, the 30, the 7,330 would also be important as well here to take us up to the 5 at that point. Okay, so that's the ASX. It's all looking positive. We'll just go back to CBA here for a moment. yeah, I really don't know what to make of this here. We just certainly need to get back above the 100 for this. Let's just have a look at ANZ. It may offer a better picture here. So with the ANZ, we've got two things going on here. We can have wave 3 here with wave 4 here, and then we could also have wave 5 sitting on top here because it has made a new high over here. It's either that or we've got this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So if CBA was going to move along, so to speak, you know, to the upside, if it's in a wave 4, then we'd expect this market to move along as well. I'm just going to take it off the daily and have a look at the tick chart and have a look at this little area in here that's been consolidating here. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways to look at this here. We've got these lower highs here, so bouncing along the 28 here. So it's quite understandable for the market to just move through this and find it as resistance and continue lower in this regard. But I would have to say that these highs here, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then coming down to this second high here, that being breached would create a long trade at that point. Now we can also see the market back on the daily chart has really used the 28 here quite nicely. So let's just have a look at that daily chart again and you'll see it. So it's used it sort of nicely over here, and yeah, there's a good chance that it can pop from here. It's in that up for 1 and back for 2 here at the 61.8%. So a move above this here would also be in line with CBA as well. So we just really need to wait and see. But if the ASX is going to push higher, then, well, these guys should push higher as well then, shouldn't they? So that was my reckoning. So let's just move along a little bit. Just find iron ore, which was up nearly 5%. So yeah, as I've mentioned yesterday and over the last few days, there's some things that I know about this and some things that I don't. So the move down through here, of course, is very clear that it's in 3 waves. It's possible to be wave 1 up here and wave 2 here, which would also leave this as wave 1 and 2 here as well for this, and then going up for wave 3. So it's possible for this to move up, but as I mentioned yesterday, there was a few conflicting wave structures within this pattern here. So I thought, oh, here we go. We'll go into something more complex now, being a wave 4 as well. We could end up in a triangle pattern or anything in this particular stage. But yeah, so it's possible that we can have by the looks of this, we can have this as wave 1 and wave 2 pulling back through here, but I can't confirm that just yet, so I'm just going to dull these out here. But that strong move makes that look a little bit better at that point. There's only one thing wrong with that, and this has got 3 waves in it at this point, that little move up here, so that's sort of haunting. But in a way, we've got this top here where the market's moved down. It's hit the 61.8%, hit the 61.8%. And if it takes these tops out or this low out here, then that's going to be, you know, it's going to force it into a direction at that point. A lot of our stocks have bullish pictures to them as well, but they need to be confirmed. And taking these tops out here, which I think that this probably will, US BHP was closed, so there's not much to look at there. Don't need these here, they've just all squashed up since I've closed the platform. So but we're just sort of waiting for this to take out a top here to confirm that we've got 5 waves here. So we're just sort of waiting on that. But if we have a look at our local BHP, which was slightly flat. So with this one here, just on this is 100 ticks, we're looking at this being bullish as well, because we've got wave 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 for 1 and back for 2 here. So yeah, not a lot to say here. That sideways movement here now is really a typical sign of a corrective pattern because it's got overlapping wave structures here. So that would make that corrective. It would also make it a continuation pattern as well. So an A and a B and a C wave down through here. But with iron ore being up so much, we may get this to pop up. But we'll just continue to wait and we'll see how this plays out here for this. Now, I want to have a look at Fortescue and Rio as well. These are just tick charts here coming off the low. So we've been sort of counting our 5 waves up here. They could be counted slightly different. This move here is playing out quite nicely as corrective. There's an A wave here, B wave here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave here. So we can put that here and that here and possibly put that in here. And because iron ore's pushed up, we're already long here yesterday, taking that there. So we'll end up pushing that up there further for that, which will be good. And we can look at this, start working this next level up here as 1 and 2 and 3. That might just sort of gap a little bit, but definitely long in iron ore stocks. And Rio, let me find. Where's Rio? It's gone. So with Rio here, this is the daily chart, and in this chart here, it's looking quite positive with wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and I felt that we should be long here because this move here is in 3 waves. So that's corrective here. So we should be making new highs above here. We were just waiting to get an impulse wave here, which we have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we're looking to go long in this space. So I think we go to the tick chart here, and I think we're already long here now. So looking at that little 5-wave sequence to the upside. Wave 1 here and wave 2 here for that. So we talked about being long through here. This all just may be the first leg here. We still could get caught out here with this situation, but still hold long in this space. We want the stop to be, well, we've got the stop out of the way here for the time being. But yeah, I can move it closer a little bit later, but I want to see what the structure is here. So we may have the ABC already done here, or this could just be the A wave and the B wave, and we've got more to go here. But iron ore was up strong, up like 4.8%, so we could see that jump. So hopefully that you're long here at the moment. If you're not long, then we can bring that down to this high here and look to go long at that point. If it drops down here, I doubt it, but anything's possible. But yeah, looking strong for those stocks. I just want to have a look at copper, which is strong at this point. Copper, yeah, so we were figuring that this is just the 1 hour chart here, but with the 1 hour chart, it's possible that we've got the A wave here, the B wave here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the C wave, and we've got wave 1 here and back for wave 2, and we're heading higher through here now. So that's all possible. So we're just really looking for the first high above the level here, and if I can draw our attention to here, so this little move here, we're looking for 5 waves in here. So this would be 1 and 2 in here. And this would all be the third wave with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in here. So this would be the 4th wave. And then we're looking for the 5th wave to move up here. So we're looking for that first high above the level, and then there'll be an ABC correction, and then hopefully there'll be further upside at that point. So that's kind of what we're looking for here to help confirm, because I don't want this to be an A wave, a B wave and a C wave finishing here. That's why we're looking for the classic trading levels pattern to be in that particular space there. So we're looking for this first high above the level, and then the ABC pattern, and then we can move in on that high and this high and maybe another little one over here for that. So yeah, that little pattern in here that we're looking for. But yeah, apart from that, this impulse wave here should deliver further impulse waves over here. So we're seeing copper move up nice and strong. I'm also want to have a look at, this is the copper's futures on COMEX. So it's got the same sort of pattern here as well. There's, I also understand that, I mean, this looks like a nice third wave in here, doesn't it? So it looks like we've got 1 and 2 and 3 here, and coming up for 4 and coming back down for 5, but we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of this. It's a bit weird, but that doesn't, this part doesn't bother me. It's this part up here that bothers me. So I'm wondering if, you know, we've got a 1 and 2 here, and then a 1 and 2 here, and then a third wave here and a fourth wave pulling back and further to go here, because this is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So it's okay for it to come back down to, you know, the previous low here. So there's still space for this to move down. So we need to see increasing volume on this. So everything's playing out reasonably well. This move across here has been on lower volume, and then we've got increased volume here. So it's looking quite good. If I have a look at some of the copper stocks, this is, you see it up here, Southern Copper, so SCCO. And in this case, here we could look at this here as an A wave here, a B wave up here, then 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here. This is also looking very impulsive here. This is also one of the good things here, is that this is a medium level here, 65, so you can adjust that to be correct. Okay, so 65 there. So with this, it's a US stock, of course, but yeah, I mean, it looks like a buying opportunity, but just wait for the 65 to become the support there. This is, the next one is Glencore. With Glencore here, it's the same thing as well. We've got that nice move up here as an impulse wave. So here we could also look at this being, well, different ways to count this, and I need to pull back here as well. So yeah, different ways to look at this, but an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave in here. So this is also looking quite nice as well. We'd want the medium level sitting here for that at the moment at the 9. So that's got a fair way to go up there. Vale, you know, Vale. So more so for iron ore here as well. This, I don't want that here. So that's more iron ore. This is Freeport here. Once again, we're just getting that nice impulse move off the lows here. That's what I'm sort of thinking about. Tech resources, once again, we've got the A, the B, and the C here with a nice impulse wave here. So it really looks like we're sort of, this one we could use at 23. So getting a tested support on 23, which should be group 1 of 20. So minor group 1, so look for that 23 there. BHP, of course, has also got that sort of play here as well, as an A and a B and a C, and we've got that nice impulse wave up here. So it looks like copper is, you know, performing reasonably well off the lows. It's showing an impulse wave. So yeah, so coming back to this copper here, up as 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and building here, this is really quite good. Like I mentioned, the only problem I got here is that, can this be wave 1? Can this be a series of 1s and 2s in here for this? So in that case, taking that top there, we're at the 38.2% retracement level. So what we're trying to find here is we're just trying to find some attested support on that 38, in this case at 9.5 here. So that's going to be a bit of a catalyst for us here. So yeah, this is the safest and earliest I can get us in on copper here. That would also tie into the currencies as well. Let's just have a look at the Australian dollar. So with the Australian dollar here, we're looking at an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down through here. Now we know it's a little bit messy in here, so we could actually get something else. But apart from that, we'll have a look at the US dollar index as well. What we're also looking for here is a little 5-wave move up through here. So we don't have that just yet. Let's just go to the 1 hour chart and tick chart and just drill in there a little bit further for this. Go to the tick chart, just see if I can see anything in there for this. Oh, that's good. We're getting there now. I mean, I know that this is the third wave in here, but I don't know if that's the top of the third. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for an impulse wave and then the ABC pattern. So this is 75 coming up here, 75.50. So it looks like we've talked about being long here somewhere, so that's okay. We can just leave the stop out of the way here. It does appear that we're getting an impulse wave. It's just a matter of figuring it out a little bit. But we need that pullback here really for that. So this is moved sideways here, so that will pop to the upside. So we're looking for some type of little correction here for this before moving off. I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, this little spike here would have been quite good to use this, because otherwise we could look at this as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 to here, and have this as wave 1 and 2 here. But it's just a little bit messy here for that. I'm wondering if this wave 3 needs to be over here somewhere, over this top over here. Anyway, I'll do some work on that. It will become apparent, but being long here with the stop here based on what we can see is good. Let's just have a look at the what have I got, the so yeah, we're just still looking to see if we've got a top. This is a DXY, and we just really want to see, it's still a little bit short here. We should see this move up a little bit further, so that's kind of interesting in its own little way. But that can be finished at this point in time here, but we just had this extra little move in here. So because of this extra little move in here, I have to be very clear that we've got an impulse wave down here at this point. So really, for this, we need to break. We need to move below here for this to signify. I mean, the market can come down to here and then move up to that up here for one more time. That's why we need a clear break of this one here, because of this particular little move in here for that. So let's just go to the hourly chart and check on this. So we're looking at wave 3 and 4 and 5 here, which is sort of okay, but still need this to play out. This is just on the 5-minute chart here. So if we took the top here of 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 and 5 here, it's possible that we've got an impulse wave down here, but it's still a bit sort of ugly, and it doesn't mean that we've got a top in place here just yet. So we need to move lower for this. So we can still move higher on the DXY. There's no, it's not a clear pathway here just yet for this. It's just this little guy here that bugs me a lot. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, easy correction. It looks like it's in 3 waves, but just got to be so careful about this. So yeah, it's possible for this to come down as an A and a B and a C wave down here, and then have one more high here. So I won't know for a while because of this here, really. That's my problem. So we just got to kind of, if we get like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down to this point, or then we know that we'll have a top in place at that point if we get 5 all the way down to here, because then we'll get 3 and then we'll get another 5. But we're not there yet, so I can't really drag that in. Let's have a look at gold. So this is just the tick chart here off the low. So yeah, it's traveling okay. This is just the low here for this. There's different ways to count this, of course. But the good news is it's still like pushing up, even that the US are on holidays. This sideways movement here is corrective, so that will just pop to the upside. So not a lot to report there really. And Newcrest Mining, so no sort of, it was up a little bit, but you know, nothing. It hasn't left the building, so to speak. You know, it hasn't moved away yet. Yeah, let's just see how that plays out, really. Can't really do much about that. What about silver? Pretty flat. So this is just the tick chart once again, and also on a low here as well. But the good news here really is that looks a bit messy, but you know, we could look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 moving up here. So I have to say it's looking good. That's the good thing, and we're moving through our levels. One of the things that we wanted to do here was get support on the 2650 here, which is the first level within group 2. So 65, 72 and 80. So this is minor group 2 here. So this is really, it's subtle, but it's really important here for this. So let's just see how that continues to play out. We were looking for a little bit of a correction here to do all of that, so that's all looking quite good. That's our first high above the level, so we can go long again at that point. It may be possible that we, you know, if this is 1, 2, 3, it doesn't look like a wave 4, that's why I haven't labeled it like that, but 1 and 2, I've got it as 1 and 2 and probably 1 and 2 and so on here. But worst case scenario is that it will pull back to the 2600 here within an ABC pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC pattern here, and then moving off, but I don't think that's the case. We'll just monitor it for a little while, and I'll compare it against gold, and I'll have a look at some stocks and things. But yeah, because this is sharp here, it just reminds me of a wave 2 rather, or unless we've counted all of this wrong here, and this wave 1 needs to be sitting here with wave 2 here. But yeah, so the wave 4 is a little bit small, but still, I'll double check that as well. But looking good. The next real step here that I can say is getting support on the 2650. Alrighty, I think I've covered everything that we need to cover. Let me just go back over and check. So we've looked at copper, and we had a bit of a look at copper stocks today. That's good. Iron ore's pushed up, so if you want to get into any iron ore stocks, then that's the case. That would be good. We didn't check CRUDE, which is moving along nicely. So still in this uptrend here for this. So we've got wave 1 over here and wave 2 here, very much in line with stocks, you know. So this is what the stock market is doing. So that would leave Australian stocks. Let me just have a little look here for I don't have many ASX stocks in here, but these CRUDE stocks should be moving a bit. This is Woodside here, just on the hourly chart. So if you're into Woodside, the good news here is that we've got 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's group 1 here. This looks impulsive and corrective here. This here also is the A wave, the B wave, and 1 and 2 and 3. Let me just check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 1, the third wave, fourth wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that correction's probably finished there for that. I'll just check Santos. It's slightly different, but got more legs in it. Santos has got this wave 1 here, so this pullback. So these will be probably good stocks to buy. What's this? Just BLD. That's just cruising along at the moment. That's been Boral's been taken over or bidded on, or by somebody else. Stokes, I think, is having a crack at this, isn't he? Yeah, so just those two sort of oil stocks there I wanted to, or not oil, gas stocks, Santos and Woodside, now that they've pulled back, should push up higher from this point. So if you're interested in those stocks, then that should be quite good for you guys. Looks like Woodside's got some catching up to do. If you do get a position here in Woodside, then maybe split the bet. That's the 25 there, so that's the medium level. So you want to be adding, picking up a small position here with one on the other, with one on support here, and then of course your target to the upside will be $30. Which is a major level, so I need to put it in orange. And we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here. So we'll be looking for wave 3 and 4. So wave 3 and 4 will come across the top here as 3 and 4, and then up for 5 here. So yeah, all good there. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.